Okay, so I was really pretty surprised in a good way about the cards that were coming out this morning. It's kind of like I get a bit choked up about it. Okay, I'm just gonna tap into the energies, the masculine energies this morning. Sorry, I'm a bit like I should do the videos like later in the day, so I'm not just waking up all the time. But this jacket's pretty loud, so it's keeping things vibrant for me. Okay, just a second. Yeah, okay, so I get the feeling that the masculine energy is not used to giving gifts necessarily because they're coming from the opinion that they're all of that. Normally, like, they don't have to make a lot of efforts to impress feminine energies around them. So they're gonna like give little significant gifts as a gesture of wanting commitment and respect and like courtship and stuff like that to the feminine, which is really sweet. So it just sort of feels like a scattering of like 4 or 5 like nice gifts, maybe given a few days apart, like, because it doesn't feel like all in one. So it might be like a nice week where the feminine is like doted on in various ways, which is like sweet, to try to like build a bridge of like, because there may have been a big disruption that under normal circumstances other feminines would be just like in goodbye, and that's like because there's like spirits kind of like at the wheel, and there's a certain sense of like learning how to forgive, because if you don't get with the program, you kind of get punished for it. And I know personally, like, anytime I don't follow my intuition, I pay for it big time, and it usually means like a loss of like years of time sometimes. So I've learned that not to make decisions out of fear. Not that I'm like never afraid, but not to make any big decisions out of fear, and to try my best at taking the intuition, like nudges and stuff, and going for it. Because in the end, like, the universe is my ultimate ally. And it's, life can be like a bit of a game of snakes and ladders where you can just totally dodge things quickly by listening to your intuition. And also, on the other hand, if you act in fear, you can like almost lose the game. So you gotta watch that, and you gotta find a way to either tap into your own intuition or find a really good psychic advisor that you trust, that is only operating from like divine, inspiration and unconditional love, that doesn't have any like weird motivations behind, keeping you entrapped in some kind of power game or something like that. So, long story short, there's going to be some gifts given, and then these cards are like, oh my gosh, it's too much. Anyway, all the complaining I did about my eyesight and my glasses, actually followed up on that yesterday. Got a new eye exam, and you know how they always want you to like, we recommend that you have one once a year. It's like, whatever, I'll go when I can't see through my glasses anymore. That's my way. And anyway, so it's been like over 5 or 6 years since my last eye exam, and it's okay. Like, I found these really cool glasses, and first I went in asking for a very specific thing that doesn't even exist on this continent in terms of like a current style. So anyway, but then and then she was finding me like glasses that made me appear more feminine or approachable or appealing or something like that. And I was like, no, I really just want really powerful frames. Like I want to look like I'm the boss. And so we settled on this pair that almost looked like like swimming goggles in a way. But anyway, but if you like settle into like dealing with these frames, they actually start looking like awesome. And and after a while, like the other frames just couldn't stand up. So I was like, I don't know, look at these ones. So it's gonna be about kind of like this jacket, like bold statements. Meanwhile, I got these guys, my like Wayne's World glasses. All right. So from the Mother Piece deck, we have the next level of self-care for me is to never paint my own nails because I'm really bad at it. So I'm gonna do my best to like disguise my hand. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, which is like so awesome. We have the Lovers on top of that. Wow. And we have the Empress. Like, oh my gosh, I get chills. All right, so it's all happening. Like he is, I'm gonna say he for the masculine energy, but it can be whatever gender that is embodying the masculine energy. So he's just like, I'm gonna dive in to this new love. I mean, this card could be here too. I'm gonna dive into this new love and join with her. Like we have our 2 cups we're giving to each other under this archway of commitment and like celebration and stuff. Wow. And yeah, so he's like, this is fun. I love this. Like I just want to be surrounded. I just want to dive into love and emotional fulfillment in this like I'm not sure if and why can't I think of these? Okay, swans. Maybe swans mate for life. I'm just gonna guess that. Anyway, so it's like, okay, I'm all in for this committed relationship that's gonna be so emotionally fulfilling with this woman that can sometimes wear leopard print, which I can be guilty of. The Empress, who has it all together. She's just like, and like, I'm good. And what else? And he's like, and me, because I want to do this. Like, let's come together with all we have to offer emotionally in a commitment. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, so the heaven's coming down to earth for this. What? And we also have repeated twice. This is the same card as this. It's like almost giving me a headache, and I never get headaches. But it's just like like the messages were like really strong. It's the same card. So he's just like, I want to dive into this like overflowing cup of love that's divinely given with you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Because from my deck, he got some spiritual insight on the matter, and he's like, wow, this is like divinely given to me. This is not a normal run-of-the-mill like feminine energy that's come forward to me. This is like what I've been wishing for and wanting. And while it may be like freaking me out, like the package it came in, because I'm not used to living the spiritual life, because like I kind of feel like this is him, and this is like feminine energy, like seeming like bigger. There could be like differences physiologically or age or just mindset, like totally like she's from another planet or whatever. But he's just like, you know what? I want this. This is what I wanted, because I didn't want like the normal run of the mill thing I've been doing that has not been fulfilling. So it's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for this gift from the universe. Let's do this. I want to interact with these kind of energies, because he's not into the basic. Okay. And even though he is maybe younger and at first like kind of really shyly offering like a little thing, like, hey, like let's hang out. I got a little bit of, something for you. And but quickly turns into the king. It's just like, wait a second, I'm gonna go from the least developed version of an offering of love to the most developed version of offering of love, like quickly. And probably because there was this insight and also like, do not blow this kind of feeling, which is really great. It could also mean that the feminine has two choices, one kind of more immature person and one more developed person. But I also feel like even for the developed person, they decided to go from behaving in this way, like more immaturely, offering like little relationships to people, to going like, nope, I'm this guy now. I'm sitting on like an emerald throne that is like solid love, and I'm surrounded by the waters of my emotion. And there's like ships in the storm that like people like heads are gonna roll in terms of like older relationships that were just sort of hanging around in his port, as it were. And some of those ships may not be sailing again. So, and he's just like, I'm in charge of my love life, regardless of the fact that you still have your ship in my port. So, he's really game on, and I can really feel that strongly. There's a lot of mental energy that is also infused with this divine insight. I feel like it kind of feels like a yellowy gold mental energy. So that's why I think that it's really like, okay, I'm dropping cards now. And this card fell, right? So it probably fell because it has some like power action in it, right? So he's just like, I think, motivated to get back together and like show his love through this type of activity, physical intimacy, and having his emotions like out on the table, as it were, like because there's this huge cup of love there, like on a table, being presented like passionate with these curtains that are red, like passionately presented. It's like, it's almost like he's saying, you know what? I realized I love you so much, and I want this. Let's do this. Whew. It's like, it's not just because this jacket's too warm. It's getting hot in here a little bit. Okay, so we have the ancient wisdom crystal. Ancient wisdom. I'm an expression of the powerful ancient wisdom of my soul. It guides me through life. Yeah, so this is just echoing that he did get spiritual insight about stuff, and that there's a bringing heaven to earth, drawing down and manifesting, because like magicians or like this type of person with a magic wand. It's like seeing what's possible in the ether and drawing it down into the 3D, into like what we call reality, which is a mere slice of truly what is going on. But it's a good like like the ether, the 5D, like the other dimensions is like a Costco of possible dreams you could go through and pick something. I hope that they give me like a $500 gift certificate for name dropping them. But anyway, so yeah, so you can go through there and like choose the experiences and draw them down. That's what's happening right now. The magician energy is present to make heaven come to earth in terms of this beautiful, divinely guided love that is now ready, like super ready. Okay. And then we have opal, joy. Wow. Okay. Like it's like my heart is like being squeezed and expanding at the same time. Whew. Okay, my soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. Why am I hearing that song? Okay. Why did I hear Cardi B like really loudly? Maybe that's someone's car outside. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that was weird. I thought it was like in my apartment, but I can hear it quite well. Like what's outside? Okay, joy. So that was a bit of a sidetrack. Okay, my soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. So I'm just gonna let you look at that and like let the mineral kingdom help support your joy and also your ability to download your ancient wisdom, like all your past lifetimes and your like the DNA storehouse of your ancestors that you're walking around with. Let it all like come forth to like help you not make like stupid choices in life and download the wisdom that will help you advance in life, like in that snakes and ladders kind of like game. And sometimes it takes a bit of like, you need that nudge to make yourself rationalize like being with someone who's so different than you. You need that extra counsel to bridge that gap like intellectually, but you're really feeling it. And it's inspired like the masculine to really step up his emotional game and like love offering. It's like you couldn't like if someone was trying to give like a fake amazing tarot card reading, it would be this one. Like what? Like it's so great. Like it's really life-changing, I think, like especially for the feminines who just been like, oh my gosh, I mean, and to bring it into a personal level for me, I remember one reader said to me, like, your life is going to be like crawling across glass in terms of like hardship and emotion and stuff like that. And then at one point, it's just going to be like fine and really nice. So I'm hoping for everybody and, for myself too, that this positive change is really like, I mean, if it's not, I mean, normally I would say like, oh, maybe it's like in the 5D, but it's like, here's the magician saying, nope, I'm bringing it down into reality. So this could be really happening, and there could be, like I mentioned when I was picking up earlier, like little gifts being given, like little nice dates and things to like really solidify, make this foundation of this relationship really happen, like him diving in self-consciously into the richness and fulfilling emotional, like devoted, like meaning for life kind of love, offering their cup of love to each other, and and the feminine being like deserving of it because she's in her Empress energy and she's mature, she can handle it, she can love herself, and she can love you. No probs, like no issues around that. So, you know, in terms of the two like leadership kind of cards, you know, we have a man who's matured and very much in love with a very like complete woman. So wow, it's gonna be some sparks, and you know, and thank you to the universe for bringing in this gift, right? But you're gonna need the support of joy and your ancient wisdom, like deep inside you, to make you, you know, work with these energies and become this. Because it's like, and we, you know, a lot of these cards are major arcana, like Lovers, Empress, Magician. It's just really serious, you know, and beautiful, seriously beautiful, and like really sweet. So, maybe I'll say like a super tiny, like prayer, sending you guys energy to help be sort of like this character, bringing down the heaven to earth here. Yeah, so I feel like don't let your past, don't let like your past experiences with other people than this person, um, what's the word? Contaminate this experience. I mean, you know, we have, it's sort of like running a race. It's like, it's, okay, let's say you're saying like, I'm a person who loves, like, just like you might say, like, I'm a sprinter in track meets, right? It's just your thing. Like, this is my thing. So it's like going through life. You just have this outlook, like, I like love, like, I like being in love, like, you know. And, but then on the smaller scale from that are all the attempts at love, good and bad, right? And you don't want to get hung up on like, oh my gosh, like that race like 3 years ago, I totally choked, like, and you know, 4 people got ahead of me all of a sudden, and then like people were disappointed in me, and I wasn't invited to the dinner after, you know. But I thought I was gonna go because I bought a new suit, and like, you know, and then I felt stupid. And I left early, and I ended up taking like a Greyhound instead of a plane, and it was just like long and drawn. You know, it's just like, don't get hung up on those details. Just remember, like, I'm a sprinter. You know, I've had good races and bad races, but I'm still a sprinter at essence. And it's like, I still like love. I like being in love. I'm a person who loves. And yes, there have been, you know, highs and lows, but the main thing is like, I like love, and I'm all in, right? So just remember that like basic truth when you're working with these energies, and not get hung up on like, you know, baseball stats or what, you know, like other hyper specific aspects of previous failures, right? So don't get into that. All right. So I hope you have a really beautiful, divinely guided, blessed, miraculous day, and just allow these miracles to pour in. Allow this energy to ground itself in your life. Accept it. Accept, you know, what you feel like is being gifted to you, and be grateful. And you don't have to, doesn't have to make like 100% sense, because like when you're living life like holding hands with the universe that is like helping guide you, you're not as smart, like you don't speak all the languages the universe speaks. So you have to hold the hand of the universe to let it guide you, because not everything is going to be conceivable for you, but it's going to go well. Yeah. So there's a certain amount of like you taking action and also you being like an excellent listener. And that is like the perfect kind of yin yang balance of like the masculine and feminine energies within you, where you're taking charge, like following up on the intuition and receiving. So yeah, it's like heavy. Okay. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me.